these are community-selected projects that will strengthen the county, they will invest in the local economy, they will support local jobs, local lives, and it is everyone who had a role in getting these projects funded that really know that these investments in physical infrastructure, in public safety, are the investments in Stafford's future and in Virginia's future. And I just want to thank everyone for the strong commitment that you all have shown in both identifying the needs of the community and supporting us and working with us as we went through the process.
Now, our goal with our 911 center is simple yet profound: to safeguard lives and property by quickly responding to emergencies. Every call that comes through those lines, it represents someone in distress, someone in need of immediate help. And it's our duty and our mission to answer those calls with precision and empathy and efficiency. And at the heart of this mission is the preservation of life. When someone dials 911, they get on the phone and they call, they often are experiencing one of the most harrowing moments in their lives. Whether it's a medical emergency or a fire or a crime in progress, it's our goal to provide reassurance and support while coordinating the necessary response to mitigate that crisis. Every emergency police dispatch or the emergency police dispatch funding that we're receiving is going to provide invaluable aid to our emergency communications officers. It's going to enable them to dispatch police-related calls with utmost precision to ensure the highest quality information is obtained and then relayed effectively and efficiently. The system allows a dispatch to be tailored to the needs of the individual call by asking the pertinent questions that we need to ask, and then leading that call to a needed response. Now, this will ensure vital safety information is provided in a prioritized manner, ensuring that each call receives the highest level of attention and care, thereby reducing the potential for oversight resulting in human error.
Really one of my priorities in Congress has been making sure that we are bringing home federal resources back to Virginia and to be able to relieve some of the congestion along Onville Road, to complete improvements along Route 1, and to connect the Sheriff's Office and the county's dispatchers with the resources they need are examples of the work that I think is in many ways most fulfilling, but certainly beneficial to the communities and allows for us to build and maintain a strong partnership.
When you talk about the intersection at Hope Road, if you've ever been one of the 18,000 vehicles traveling through the wayside on any given day and you're heading southbound, creeping down towards Hope Road, you have a choke point at that signal. And we're very confined with what we can do with that signal based off of the geometry. And, this area is very, when we talk about the geography of the area, we're confined with what we can do with the Rappahannock River and the Potomac and the bridges crossing said rivers. But when you get down to a signal like that, the board has heard me use the analogy before. You take a funnel and you drop a bag of rice into said funnel. You've got a hole like this. I mean, that's what this intersection is you're confined by the amount of lanes that you have and the capacity at this intersection. So utilizing this federal funding, we'll be able to add turn lanes onto Route 1 through this locally administered project to essentially move people through north and south on Route 1 at Hope Road, which is going to hugely improve the efficiency at that intersection. It'll allow our signal folks to better align the signals. Anytime you have an Opticom, you have an emergency on 95, the first responders are utilizing Route 1. That throws off our signals for an entire day, and trying to recover from that is nearly impossible with the volume of traffic that we have in the area. So the addition of left turn lanes will allow multiple movements of traffic to be able to happen at the same time, which will greatly increase the efficiency. We had a project down, if you remember, about 10 years ago at the Falmouth intersection where we did the same thing. We added turn lanes and it greatly reduced the delay that traffic had to wait to get through that intersection. So we're very excited for the same thing to happen through this locally administered project. And then when you talk about Onville Road, I came back to the Fredericksburg area about 10 years ago. I'm sorry, about 3 to 5 years ago, And one of the first things I did was I went out to visit Onville Road. It's been a few years since I had been there, and you will see a significant amount of foot traffic on Onville Road. Not just, I looked at the different types of foot traffic. It wasn't just, people walking up and down the road. I saw bicyclists. I saw somebody on a skateboard. I saw a wheelchair. I saw all this in the span of like 3 hours. So when you talk about adding sidewalks onto Onville Road, which has 13,000 vehicles per day to help the base and support their operations, it's such a huge improvement. And that back gate on Onville allows the folks that live in Stafford County that have to access Quantico and the FBI campus through Stafford, you never have to touch 95. And so the addition of turn lanes on a road like Onville will keep that traffic moving through the area.
So thank you for your patience as well in this process. It was a lengthy one, delayed along the way, but ultimately I'm just excited that we have finally gotten this over the finish line. The president signed the law, the bill into law earlier this month, and that means we are now meeting the demands of the people, and we're able to put this focus on these 3 projects, and I'm so excited. Frankly, this is not just about Stafford County, because every person who drives down Route 1 or decides we've already, because of the rain, had a couple conversations here, make sure you take Route 1. We all know the impact, and so the impact, in fact, of the county's choice to focus on these projects will impact not just Stafford County residents, but the entire region and the occasional beachgoer through the summer heading south.